which means this will officially be our last game of Modern Warfare 3. Who knows? Could be ever. Could be till it releases. Haven't really decided yet. But while we are playing this last game out, because fuck it, why not? Let's talk about it. So, you know, if the gameplay isn't the greatest for the last game on, that's okay. That was a fucking hit marker and a half. But anyway. So, Modern Warfare 3. So, if you guys don't know, funny enough, the way that I actually got into streaming was I started playing COD. This was God knows how many years ago. And that's kind of where I got my start, was playing Call of Duty mostly. Starting from Black Ops 3. Actually, I think my first clip still on Twitch is a Black Ops 3 clip from God knows how many years ago, which is insane to think about. Funny enough, actually playing with our friend Bradshaw, or Nova. It's that old, and that I think it shows how long me and that man have been friends. But yeah, and played COD all the way up consistently every single year, up until Black Ops Cold War, and really after that, like, COD really did fall off for me. Didn't play Vanguard once. My brother bought MW3, tried it out, really was not my thing. So I really came into this game with like a very low expectation. I was like, well, what am I gonna expect here? And then I ended up like watching some videos on it after the first initial beta release came out for the PS4. It was like, I was like, you know, this game actually looks pretty good. Like, it looks very arcadey, looks very classic COD-like. And to me personally, that's a big thing for me, especially with Call of Duty, is it's being an arcadey shooter. That's what I like. I didn't like MW2, or really Modern Warfare 2019 as well, for the super tactical-esque like gameplay. I think that shit's boring, and it does nothing for me, especially for my play style, like as a player. And trust me, this gameplay is not going to show that at all, because I'm trying to talk and focus on what I'm talking about more than I am actually playing this game. So, but anyway, yeah, it didn't really fit for me and what I liked about Call of Duty. You know, like the fast-paced gameplay and the very simplistic level designs as well, with just a very forward game. Like, it knew what it was there to be and do, and that's all it needed to do, was be that. So kind of like after that, I was like, yeah, I'm just not really feeling it. But anyway, coming back to Modern Warfare 3, like I said, came into it with very, very low expectations of, like, it's probably not gonna be that great of a game. I don't expect a lot from it, and that's fine for me. I'm not gonna fucking, you know, if people want to buy it and play it, that's fine. I mean, there's still content creators that I watch that play COD, and it's just because I like them as content creators. So, I mean, if you're gonna buy it, buy it. If you don't want to, don't. This one definitely is it's different. I like it a lot. I love a lot of the gunplay. I like how good the fucking snipers feel again. That was a big thing. Was actually hopping over and be like, oh shit, the sniping feels really, really good. And if you checked out the week, I'm probably gonna be posting some clips and shit that I've hit this week. Whether it's red gun or sniper, like sniper clip or anything like that, I'll be posting them, because there was a couple of really nice ones that we had hit. Nothing too insane, just because right now the spawns are really fucked up, which is, I guess, gonna drive me to my first point of what we'll talk about, is spawn issues in this game. So the spawns are kind of fucky. Especially, I think, is the biggest example of it is on high rise. A big thing on there for some odd reason is, like, for example, you'll cap like A flag, for example, on high rise. Okay, you'll cap it, and then they'll have C flag, and there's not really a massive spawn like a spawn trap on them, but you'll maybe have like a little bit of control over the map. At least that's usually how domination works, or most game modes work, is you'll have, you know, them stuck in one area and you'll kind of have map control. In this game, well, what happens is you'll fucking cap A, and then the whole enemy team will just spawn there on you. And it's like, well, first of all, what was the point of me fucking capping that flag? There wasn't one, because no matter what I did, you were still gonna probably fucking spawn there. So it seems like spawns in this game are very soft, and it adds for a lot of weird map play. Like, like, I mean, honestly, if you guys see some other clips of like clips that I missed, you'll notice most of the time it was like, oh, I'll get like 3 or 4 kills, and then all of a sudden somebody will just fucking spawn behind me. Like, somewhere's definitely like not typically a spawn point either. It's just like they're just there, and I'm like, wow, why is that a spawn location in this game? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't need to be a spawn location. Never needed to be. So that will happen quite often. It's kind of really inconsistent. I'm not a big fan of that, but yet again, it's not like a deal breaker. It's a small one, and I wouldn't hold it past, you know, Sledgehammer fixing that as, like, before the full game releases. At least I fucking hope so. I swear to God, if that's the main complaint the entire year, you all need to get your shit together. But hey, that's fine. Hopefully they get that fixed. That's a pretty small one. A big one, another big turn off for me of like, I'm not a fan of it, and it needs to be addressed. I've heard it actually got a lot better from this version of the beta, from the, you know, the first initial release of the beta on the PS4 and 5. But that's visibility issues. This entire beta, I've had a fucking issue, especially not on Rust, but on the other maps, the bigger maps that we got, of where, like, I will run a corner and see somebody and start shooting at them, and it'll take like 3 seconds for it to like have the little blue or the red dot above them to realize if it is an enemy or a teammate. I've also had many instances where, like, I clearly will have, like, I'll run into an enemy and we'll think, like, clearly that it's a teammate, and then one of us will be like, oh no, it's an enemy. So yeah, that really needs to be fixed. Like, I mean, they can go a couple of routes with that. They can make it where, you know, try to fix it to where those dots are consistently displayed above your teammate's head. So if it's like, okay, I don't see that dot, you know, somewhere, then, you know, it's not a teammate. And it just felt really weird a lot of points, because sometimes, like, they will disappear and then just be like, who the fuck are you? Oh, it's a fucking enemy that now clicked in. Or it's a teammate that you just didn't see the dot above for a second. Just small things like that, or they can go the route of, and personally my favorite way, because I'm gonna be real, who the fuck is paying attention to the skins that somebody's wearing whenever they're playing? Because I'm not. Do the Halo thing. Just give me a fucking outline of, like, a color. That shit helps so much. Doesn't feel like walls or anything. It's just like, okay, that's a fucking enemy. I know that's an enemy. Like, do that. You could do that. I don't see why you couldn't. I think that would be great. So there's a couple of fixes I think they could do where that makes it much more easier to tell whenever you were facing an enemy or a teammate. Compared to getting the two confused the entire fucking weekend. Okay, fuck you for that, by the way. But yeah, other than those two issues, I mean, there's the big one, and it's a state. Map's never been good. I'm sorry to say. That map's always fucking sucked. And I've been playing COD since the original Modern Warfare 2, when state was, like, a thing originally. Hasn't changed. Still fucking sucks. Played it maybe 2 or 3 times, and yep, hated it. It sucks. It's the worst map on the beta. So yeah. So it's fine. It's cool. It's there. I'm definitely not. If I buy the full game and when we end up playing it more, like, I'm definitely not gonna be fucking voting it. I can tell you that much. But yeah, that's, like, I think really just like another. It's just a state existing. Take it out, okay? I just wanted the good maps from Modern Warfare 2. I didn't want the bad ones. I don't want Derailed. Even though Derailed back then did have some cool trick shot spots, still don't want it. Like, I'm not trick shotting now. No one fucking trick shots now. But hey, if y'all want to bring us back, like, a way to do that, like bring back the like how the weapons reacted when you swapped them and everything. Hey, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna be complaining if you do that. And that upsides of the game overall, honestly, biggest one for me is the gameplay loop and the gunplay. I'm gonna be honest with you. Gunplay in this game feels really fucking good. Like, it just feels super satisfying to be in gunfights in this game, and I love that. Like, having a game that feels satisfying to play, having a, you know, a weapon system that feels really fucking good, very responsive at that as well, is just great. That's how, you know, an FPS should feel. And they did a really good job with this one of making it feel very responsive, very just tight, and well kept. I very much enjoy it overall compared to what we had gotten the last couple of years. Except Cold War. I feel like Cold War is like the only exception, and that's just because of how Treyarch makes COD. And they always just happen to do a really good job with that. They know exactly what we want as players, and they always give it us. They always given us that experience very, very well. And Sledgehammer, honestly, is always doing really good at that, too. Despite some of the issues that their prior games have had, like, you know, Infinite Warfare or World War II or, unfortunately, Vanguard. Like, the gameplay on those games feel really good, and this one is just another step in that, saying, you know, they are good at this shit. Like, they know how to make a very, very good arcadey shooter that makes Call of Duty feel like Call of Duty. It feels very satisfying. It feels very, you know, just good overall. Like, I've been having a blast with how the gameplay feels with this game. And that's like I said, something I haven't felt in a hot minute for COD, and it's really good to feel it again. And I hop onto a game and like, oh, I'm gonna have some fun. I like that a lot. And like I said, the weapon play feels really good. I love the fact that snipers, again, feel good. They felt really good in Cold War. Like I said, that's an exception. But, for example, sniping in Modern Warfare 2019 felt fucking weird. Sniping with actual sniper rifles, not marksman rifles. The Kar 98K and the, what was it called? The fucking, was it the Lockwood? Is that what the fucking thing was called? The MK2 carbine. Those things were awesome. Those were fun as fuck to use. But using an actual sniper rifle, these feel really good. While I think the consensus is they're ugly as shit, they feel really good. And that's the end of the game. But yeah, they're ugly as shit, but they feel really good. And I like them a lot. So hopefully they keep up on that and don't change too much about them. Honestly, I don't have anything to say like they should change a certain aspect of the snipers. I still think they feel really good. I think they are pretty well balanced too. I don't feel like they're super underpowered. I feel like they're super overpowered. I feel like they're a very good thing. They have a little skill gap too. If you get really good with them and you can like click your shots on them, they feel very responsive. You get that hit of like the one shot. I will say you do have to snipe a little bit more like you would use the ballista in Black Ops 2. You have to aim for like the upper chest because you will be getting hit markers, especially if you were running this little fucker, which is my personal favorite, the longbow. Gets much more hit markers than the inhibitor, but this thing just feels so good. It feels so nice. I love it. Weird seeing a sniper rifle. It's not a Dragunov on like an AK body, but I love the damn thing. It feels so fucking good. And the inhibitor feels good too. The main difference is it's quite a bit slower. Maybe not on the fire rate side of things, but just overall like mobility, it feels much slower than the longbow. And to me, that's kind of the drawback of it. But both are good. Like, they are very consistent sniper rifles. All the ARs feel really solid except you. This little fucker right here, the SVA, needs some work. The damage feels, it's just weird. This thing just feels off, which is kind of odd since it kind of seems to be similar on like platform mods to the longbow. It just doesn't feel that great. Didn't try any of these. Honestly, completely overlooked them. But hey, they're there. SMGs wise, the AMR9 and the Striker, phenomenal. This thing is absolute dog shit. You know, used it a couple of games, really tried to give this thing a shot, really tried to level up, but I was like, I can't do this to myself. When I can only get like 1 kill per mag because it takes 16 of the 30 shots to actually like land and kill somebody, it's kind of a problem. Thing fucking sucks. This thing needs a buff in every fucking area possible. I got mostly excited because it looks like a Scorpion Evo, and it sucks dick. Shotguns, didn't use them. I'm not a shotgun player, but from what I've seen, both of these are pretty fucking solid. LMGs are, yep, they exist. They're fucking there. The marksman rifles, from what I've seen, are pretty good. I used this Interceptor a little bit, and it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn fucking solid, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Once you get your shot on with it, it's very fun. Haven't used the MCW, didn't get a chance to pop it on because I was really just grinding out these two fuckers because they're really fun to use. But yeah, from what I've seen, these seem pretty good. Haven't seen a lot on the MCW, but I've seen people running this Interceptor quite a bit, and it's fucking fun. So I don't have an issue with any of those weapons. I think the main thing, like weapons-wise, is the MCW or the ACR might be a little bit strong, and this fucking striker is still insane, and it needs a nerf. Also, this fucker might need some work too, because god damn, does this fucker melt. Yeah, I think that's really good on that end. And then getting into the pistols, don't know why my base version of this is locked. Kind of weird. I don't know why it's there. So, yeah. It's there. Anyway, so we have the mini Uzi, or the micro Uzi. This thing is fun. This is probably one of the funnest sidearms that we've got in a game in a hot minute. It's so fun to just run around and use it. I used, like, as soon as I unlocked it, used it all the fucking time. Yeah, it's just really fun. And the Renetti is good too, especially with the conversion kit on it that you can get, which is kind of cool, which is this thing. I just started using it the last game because I was like, I didn't even know I had this thing unlocked. But it's fucking cool. It's cool as shit. And, like, there's a lot of other little builds. You can literally just take that pistol, turn it into a mini SMG, and it's super, super fucking fun. Everything else feels really good too. Like I said, I've mentioned it a couple of streams that the stalker boots, or not the stalker boots, the climbing boots, really need some type of buff. They're kind of fucking useless, to be honest, compared to all of the other ones. They just don't have much of a use to them. The gloves, they're fine. Hopefully we get some more in the full game that have some different things you can use. I will say overall, depending on what your playstyle is, I found myself, as I was playing more, running these two more because they just were more useful for me. The reload while sprinting and the resupplying of ammo and throwing knives from dead players was very, very nice to have, depending on what I was running. If I was running like a sniper or something, I was usually running commando, but if I was running an AR, I was running resupply. And then right here we have all of our gear. Honestly, all of them are pretty good. For the most part, except you. This little fucker. Hey, Sledgehammer, it's been an issue for a hot minute in most of the new COD games. Pack Mask is supposed to grant me immunity, and I feel like it never does. And it says reduce the strength of enemy flash, stun, and gas grenades. Don't feel that ever. I feel like I'm still stunned for the normal time or flashed for the normal amount of time. You should just make it immune across the board and make it an actual viable thing to run, because it's kind of fucking pointless. Even if I'm running, I'm like, oh, well, I'm still fucking stunned forever or flashed forever, so why the fuck am I running this? I'm still dying as soon as I get hit by it. EOD feels kind of inconsistent, but it's not too terrible. I've noticed, I think it's got a little bit better as the betas went on. So yeah, EOD seems pretty okay. Haven't used the mission control. I don't really care about the whole kill streaks thing that much. It's not something I really, like, seek out. Bone conduction is fucking cool as shit. Absolutely love that. That is a very, very cool gear set. With it reducing the combat noise, and it just kind of allows you to pinpoint areas so much easier with, like, sound from footsteps or gunshots. And then Ghost. It's Ghost. It's awesome. It's a great perk. I mean, who the fuck's not gonna run Ghost? And then, of course, like, when it comes to boost best one, I fucking love the Covert sneakers. Stalker boots are good too. But yeah. And then we have our infantry, we have our vest. Most of the time I found myself just running the infantry vest. So yeah, that's what I liked. Because it literally just gave me, the lightweight boots, but I don't gotta run the lightweight boots. If I was running any other one, most of the time, it was the gunner vest. I really didn't fuck with the engineer vest really that much, even though it does allow you to run 2 gears, which I think is pretty cool. And I didn't run the demolition one at all either. So maybe this one I should probably give more of. If I was playing like Search or something, I'd definitely probably be running this. But where I wasn't playing those modes, I was running mostly infantry or gunner. Both of them are really good. It just depends on your playstyle, which is what I really like about this whole thing, is it depends on your playstyle. It doesn't really depend on much else. It depends solely on how you play, which is really what I like about a lot of the gear stuff that they have. The gloves, boots, and gears, I think, is really cool. The field equipments too are pretty fucking cool. This one is very interesting. The ACS is really, really cool. How it captures points and also hacks nearby enemy devices. That's, I think, a really cool thing. There's a lot of strategy you can use with that thing as well that is very useful. Um, and I think overall that is mostly it. The kill streaks are kill streaks. We haven't got to see them all, so I'm not even going to talk about them. Overall, I have to say, good job, COD. Kind of proud of y'all for this one. This beta has been pretty damn fun, and yeah, I think that's really it. It's been a fun grind over the last 2 days, just playing this out, trying to get to the max rank, and who knows, I actually might purchase this game, because I've actually thoroughly enjoyed the beta quite a fucking bit, so who knows, we might end up doing that, depending on how some other games that we are going to end up playing this year go, and how much I get addicted to them, because, you know, we have a new Halo season coming out this week on Tuesday, which I'm super excited to dive into. We have X Defiant coming out, and there's maybe some other stuff too that I just can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3, the beta, so far, pretty fucking solid game if you're looking to buy the new COD and you're, you know, maybe somebody who misses the little bit of the old styles of gameplay. I definitely recommend it. Give it a shot. Go check it out if you know, didn't get to play the beta. Maybe pick it up on a sale if you're not 100% about it when it's on sale or something near the end of the year. Or if, you know, somebody who got it, give it a shot, see if you like it. And other than that, guys, it has been your boy Core Boy. I will see you all later. And yeah, later, dude.